Guys, welcome back to another episode of the Bow Nerds podcast. Today we've got a few changes made. A couple updates. I think it's going to be a lot of fun. Clearly, you can see that my co-host here is Mr. Jared Thomas, and a little uglier than the old AJ, but you know.
What do you do? What do you do?
Guys, I'm super pumped. Bow Nerds is coming back, and we're coming back full swing. AJ and I had a lot of things happen in life, and was not able to find the time to be able to record podcasts, even though it's probably the best and easiest content to record. So, AJ is on to bigger and better things, doing his own stuff. We will, I'm sure, have him on as a guest because I freaking love AJ.
Maybe even like the first guess of
probably
restarting this.
He needs to like hand the mantle over.
Yeah, hand the mic over.
Like, all right, your turn. Take it over, please. So Jared and I, we've been friends for a while, and so we just felt that it was easy and natural to just do this together instead. So we're gonna make it live.
Some conversations with some people.
Yeah, I mean, we know some people.
Yeah, a couple people.
Yeah, it'll be just
good. Pick their brains on some stuffs.
I think pick people that we know's brain, even though like, so to say, famous people as well as nobodies that nobody knows about.
Nobody's.
Yeah, nobody.
Somebody.
Yeah,
there's somebody to somebody.
Where they don't care about sharing on social media. They don't care about that stuff. They don't post, but they are straight killers, and we need to hear their stories. Those type of people.
A lot of value to add and some definite things to learn from them.
Yeah, absolutely.
So,
well, where do we start, man? Should we start with a quick recap?
Yeah, Arizona? We just got back from an Arizona hunt, didn't we?
Yeah, that was a freaking blast.
Or do these people know that you even moved to Tennessee away from me?
You know, I don't think the Bow Nerds podcast people know. I don't think so.
Let's start there.
Oh, we're going to rewind back at 9 months now? Jeez.
Yeah. Braxen left me here in Utah to fend for myself.
Yeah, I did.
Left these gorgeous mountains and elk and mule deer.
Real deer.
No hate. He did what was best for his family, and I'm happy for him.
Yeah, something like that. Nah, it's been a big change. That is for sure. I do miss Utah. I miss everybody there. I miss the mountains, elk, muleys. I mean, just the vibe of Utah, honestly. Which I thought I was excited to leave, and now I'm like, you know what? I kind of liked it. It's a fast pace, like nobody cares type of situation. It's
combat hunting.
Yeah, it is combat hunting. It's Wasatch Front, no matter where you're at.
Yeah, you see something, you just run after it.
Yeah, you don't stop for no one. Not at all.
But yeah, fast forward, and where are we at? We're at a week ago already.
Yeah, it's been a week.
Jeez,
got back a week ago.
Yeah, we did. From Arizona. It was my first time down there.
That was my second hunt. I got this buck first last year. Solid buck. I was stoked.
I think he's pointing at the middle one.
Yeah, this buck, this 4x3, whatever this is back here. And I was hooked, man. The desert during the rut, like, it does not. I love the high country muleys and stuff in Utah, but those desert rutting muleys or Coues, because we kind of got the Coues bug, are a freaking blast. I don't know.
Yeah, and this trip was kind of significantly different than the trip last year, wasn't it?
Oh, for sure.
As far as mule deer go.
Yeah. Last year we had Gosh, muley bucks left and right. Good solid bucks anywhere, 120s to 150s, and we saw a few good Coues, but then this year it was all just solid Coues, and I finally the last couple of days we found some muleys in a whole different area, but same area that I hunted the year prior. It was I don't think we didn't see any shooter muleys at all. First off, and second off, they were all freaking broken. Every buck that we saw
Every
was
single buck.
every single buck. Does that have to
It
do with
has to
like
be
water or
because
something?
I think it has to do with they haven't gotten any rain until our last day there.
Since October,
I think Chase was saying October.
yeah. Which
So
yeah, that's gotta have some play in it. I don't know.
I feel like at least out here when we have drier years, you see a lot more broken bulls and broken bucks.
I guess that's a good point.
So
That's a good point.
I don't know. And I don't know if they're breaking off in the velvet because they're definitely not at the stage of rutting to where they're just knockout, drag out brawls.
Yeah.
So I wouldn't think that they'd be breaking each other off.
Yeah. I mean, it
So-
could have just been rubbing their horns on trees.
Maybe we'll have to find a mule deer expert and have them on, and they can tell us. Because obviously we don't know,
we need a Jamie on this podcast that looks everything up.
right?
Anybody want to join to be our looker upper?
Yeah. Comment. Do they comment below on these?
When's the last time you commented on a podcast?
You can, I think.
Can you?
I don't know. I'm always driving when I'm listening
on
to them, so I don't ever comment.
Spotify? You comment on Spotify?
Let's find out. We'll pull up a little Huberman situation.
No, please don't.
Hey,
comment
don't.
below.
Yeah, see, look.
Is that Spotify podcast comments?
Yeah.
No way.
Yeah.
Comments
totally,
or reviews?
Comment below.
Okay,
Yeah.
comment below if you know the answer to that. Absolutely. I don't know how you can do that.
I'm new.
This hat is killing my ears. It's cutting my ears off.
Well,
Dude,
you moved away from Utah.
you see
so
this?
don't
I got a
tuck 'em in your
haircut.
hat anymore. Yeah, nice. About time. This
Dude.
kid looks like Shaggy from Scooby Doo.
I was looking at the footage and I was like, oh gosh, what was I thinking? That looks terrible.
Yeah,
I
it
look
was-
homeless.
You looked a little rough. Not gonna lie.
Yeah, I went for that
Not to
long
mention
hair.
you shaved off your mustache, and I purposely grew one just for the trip.
Yeah. I should. Yeah. Yeah, I got a haircut today. I went to the gym and I was like,
I did.
yeah, no. Yeah, you need a haircut.
Yeah.
You're looking a little
In
homely.
between all my working, I'll get one. But we went down to Arizona for mule deer,
This is true.
right? First video, Cade and I driving down. So we said, heading down for mule deer. We just saw mule deer off the road. We get there, and that changed very quickly.
That changed fast.
I think it changed within the first day.
Yeah. As soon as we hit that water.
Yeah. As soon as we had that, what was 3x2?
Yeah.
Yeah, 3x2 sitting there drinking water at 90 yards.
But I was reviewing footage today or yesterday and realized that buck you and I went after when I was going after him, that there was miscommunication between Chase and Cade and us. That buck, I believe, was that buck.
The one in the saddle?
Yeah. Yeah, the saddle in the water. I think we're the same buck. So if you look back at the footage, dude, it's like, that's got to be the same buck.
Really?
Yeah.
I'm going to have to go back and look now.
Because we got a good look
'cause I
at it.
got
That was
that
a big
shot
buck.
We got that shot over your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
And that buck was pretty heavy.
And the buck on the water was heavy.
He was, yeah.
Yeah. And
Should have shot.
the saddle buck was heavy. Yeah, you should have shot him 90 yards frontal, Coues buck.
That is a poke, especially at 27 yards on day 2 when I killed mine.
Dude.
if I hadn't aimed low, that arrow was not hitting that buck very well.
He'd be alive if you would have aimed where you hit. That buck would be alive.
Yeah, or we wouldn't have found him because it would have hit like right under the backstrap.
Yeah, that is insane. And you're shooting.
I watched that slow mo over and over, and it's like, oh my gosh.
Yeah,
it's impressive.
Yeah,
I'm shooting an 80-pound bow.
80 pounds. What? 29-inch draw.
28 and a half.
28
and then my arrow's 440.
So you're like,
I've never chronoed it. It's
you're probably like 320. I guarantee you're 315, 320.
You think so?
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, with my dialed sight, I can clear 120 yards with my top pin.
That's insane.
So, yeah. So they got to be cooking out of there pretty good. But
so the story, just rewinding a little bit, Jared and I and Cade, and then Chase Howard, who is now a dear friend of ours. He lives in Arizona, and he reached out last year when I was going down to Arizona. I hunted with Wes MacArthur and shot my buck, had a great hunt. And then this year I reached back out to Chase, said, hey, this is the dates we're going to be there. And then next thing we know, Chase is like, oh, I took all 10 days off work. I'll be here the whole time. I'm like, sick.
Yeah.
Thanks, dude.
This kid just took entire 10 days off of work
to hang out. He wasn't even going to hunt.
Yeah. No, he had his bow, but he didn't care.
No. He's a good freaking dude. It's just such a stud. We're going to have him on a podcast for specific Coues hunting. We're going to have a Coues series, I think, because
let's do it.
We're a little Coues happy, no doubt.
Yeah. I mean, look at this thing.
Oh, that's pretty sick. That's pretty sick. So we went to a similar area that I was at last year, and immediately when we found out how dry, like it was insanely dry, like it was freaking dusty as crap. Jared immediately was like, "We should go sit water," and like sounds like a good idea, but like it doesn't sound that fun. Come on, it's way more.
It does not sound fun at all.
Way more fun to glass it and spot stock, but Jared was right. We'll sit in water, man. And what was that first day when we walked up on that buck?
Yeah. So we were sneaking to the water. When was that? 10:30, 11?
That was noon. That was noon on the dot, wasn't it? Because it was noon on the dot 2 days in a row.
It was.
Or 3 days. No, yeah, 2 days in a row.
Yeah, 2 days in a row. Yeah, because we just got the wild hair to go sit the water, and as we're walking around, like we get this small little dip in this. I guess you'd call it a dike, maybe. Dam thing.
Can't say that word nowadays, Jared.
I can't say either.
But yes,
of those
it
words,
was a dike. It was a damming dike.
It dipped down a little bit, and as soon as it dipped down, we saw a rack. And I remember pulling on Braxen to pull him back, and I think I squeezed really hard.
Dude, it was like we were walking, and typically, personally, when I see something and realize that this animal sees me, I'll stop and I'll freeze, and then I'll slowly move out of frame so they can't see me. Jared's like, run, and then he grabs me and pulls me back.
A ninja. I didn't think that he saw us.
Oh, he saw us. That's for sure.
He was staring at us. We should have just stood there.
Should have shot.
Yeah. But then we sat there for like an hour and a half, and then a doe came in.
That's true. That is true. We sat under this tree in like the wide freaking open, but in the shade. So I mean, she was 60 yards from us, and I had no idea.
Mm-hmm.
And then
no idea. I mean, we didn't have any idea she was there until she almost got to the water either.
It's true. She just flopped out of the cliffs.
Yeah, this chick just walks through these cliffs.
That was crazy. That was pretty cool.
Yeah.
And then what did we do that night? I feel like I went on a stalk that night.
Did we?
Or did Cade go on a stalk? Did you go on a stalk?
No, Cade didn't go on a stalk until like the 4th or 5th day.
is true. This is true.
Cade went down with high expectations. And we did finally find...
We did find what he was looking for.
We did.
We found 3 of what he was looking for.
Yeah, which
Cade,
is cool.
Cade has
I wish I had that kind of... is discipline the word?
Yeah, or just
maybe
standards.
Yeah. Yeah, I guess standards is fine.
Jared and I really like to shoot deer.
I like to kill stuff.
We like to kill stuff, but we do it for the story. You know?
Yeah.
It's not a big buck is fun, but the story is what I don't know. I enjoy it the most.
Oh, the story makes it. I mean, that's the reason I mounted my buck from last year, and he's not big at all.
I mean, he's a solid 3.
Was because
kind of cool.
He's a solid 3-point. He's really cool, but the story was incredible.
Yeah,
so, but that's another conversation.
Yeah, we'll definitely have to share that story because that was 2 days of glory.
Yeah,
that was a good time.
That's pretty awesome. Yeah, we'll definitely have to maybe the next show.
Yeah, for sure.
Unless we have a guest on.
Oh, we get
who can we con into coming on this thing?
Day 2,
but
Arizona day 2.
Day 2.
What happened?
Yeah, we slept in. You guys slept in.
Guilty?
Not really. No, we were up at daylight every time.
I just got up when I could glass and see.
Well, we kept finding deer from camp, so we didn't venture very far for the first few days.
We didn't have to. It was like 4 days.
Yeah. But we decided. I think we were gonna sit water at I need to stop touching this table.
Hurricane.
We were gonna sit water at 10:30 or 11 because it was noon and 1:30. It seemed like was the hot part of the day. But Brax had a hunch that we should go sit earlier, which I loved. So about 9:30, I think we headed to the water.
Mm-hmm.
And then Cade and Chase, there was access to the ridge above us to the north. That's the north, right?
Yep.
Yeah. So they could get up to the very top of that ridge to the north and glass this entire drainage system. So they went up there and we sat at the water. And then Eagle Eyes, Chase. Okay, he had the BTX. So
Eagle Eyes is a gear thing for sure.
Yeah.
Nah, he
knows
what
he's looking for.
He knows the country.
We started to figure it out around day 8.5.
9 day.
But he was saying that he had a good buck located, and so we ended up just packing up our stuff and headed up to the top of the ridge, which was about 300 yards up the hill.
Yeah, not far at all.
So we just went and hung out there for probably not even a couple hours. I don't think. It didn't feel like it.
No, I think it was maybe an hour.
Yeah. And I went back to the truck and stole Braxton's spotter off the tailgate. And Chase had saw a small buck, a non-shooter, as we discussed in the video, just south of the waterhole, right?
Yeah.
And some does.
Yep. It was like just it was a small little 2-point.
It was pretty small. He showed us a video and stuff, but I threw up the spotter and immediately spotted my buck with another doe or 2. He ended up having 4 with him that we didn't see all those. But the way they were acting, the way they were heading, it was like, oh, they're heading to water for sure. So then I conned Braxton into following me down.
You were like,
again,
guys, I swear this buck is not that small. We were thinking it was the same buck. Like, it's not that small, man.
I was like, this buck is bigger than the one Chase showed us.
Wait,
I
you're
think.
buzzing. You're buzzing.
I'm buzzing.
Yeah.
Is that better? Is that
No,
better?
no, it's like, I'm just make sure it's not me.
Hold on. Hold on.
It sounds
What's
like
that? What's that?
bubblebee.
Is that better?
Bumblebees.
Is that better?
No.
Great.
It's like, wow, 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 wow. Wait. No, it's still doing a little bit.
So this is also a part of this podcast is figuring out this stuff.
Now it's good.
Is it better?
Yeah.
Okay. Maybe
Was the cord off?
should stop moving. No, I didn't touch anything.
So setting it up, I could barely hear Jared, and he touched it or didn't touch it, and then all of a sudden I could hear him. So
yeah,
the key is don't touch it.
Not touching it.
So yeah, Jared, he's like, guys, I swear this buck is not that small. I think this is a shooter. I think I should shoot this buck. And like all of us were thinking, like, yeah, I mean, if you want to shoot it, man, we can go for it. I mean, it's a little dink, but then he showed his picture, and we're like, wait, no, that's not the same buck. That's a different buck. Let's shoot this thing.
yeah, which he's an awesome 2-point with eye guards, which is kind of
great
weird
buck.
To see. I guess he's a 6-pointer in the
Yeah,
whitetail
6
world.
pointer out here in the west or in the east, wherever I am.
Yeah.
South.
I mean, great first Coues. I'm stoked with him. So anyways, Braxton and I made our way down this open face.
I don't know how that worked.
I do not know how they didn't see us. Because they
were wide open in the sunlight.
They were on this hillside, and we were on this hillside, and we were just buzzing down.
Yeah, they're on a north slope. We're on a south slope.
Mm-hmm.
In the broad daylight, noon of day, sun shining.
Oh, yeah, it was hot the first half of this trip.
Very hot.
Blazing hot.
It was probably 70 that day.
Yeah, that for sure. In January. So we got down there, and Cade and Chase posted up to where they could see the buck, and were just talking to us as they were the deer were kind of working their way down. And the deer read the script, came right to the rock that my dial sight was set to.
How far was that?
27.7 yards.
Chip shot. Yeah, that was pretty sick.
Yeah, it was pretty epic. Brax got some phenomenal footage.
I will say, I'm proud of it. I think it turned out pretty good.
We made an accidental purchase one day before the hunt started, and then we had to go 3 hours out of our way on the drive to pick up an ND filter.
I had to have it. We had to have it.
Oh yeah, it's a necessity.
It made that one shot perfect, dude.
I think we should go over a podcast about film equipment.
Yeah, I think that'd be great. That's a great idea, actually.
Squirrel.
Yeah. Dude, this podcast is literally bow nerds because we nerd and squirrel and rabbit hole all over.
All over the place. So good luck.
Speaking of rabbit, I saw the footage of the rabbit I shot, dude. It was so funny. Shot this bunny, and he ran away with my arrow. He ran like 50 yards down the hill.
He almost ran to you.
He did run to me. I just missed him. I tried to catch him.
Oh, yeah. That was a consolation prize after a beautiful 3x4.
That was, gosh, that was a big buck.
I know. I still need to get that footage of us stalking in on that from Chase.
Chase, I agree. So, I need to get that too.
I need to make a note of that.
Yeah. So on your deer, this deer comes in and he's rutting these does. And again, Cade is in my ear, guys, and I've got the headset on with the walkie-talkie, and I've got the camera, and so then I'm relaying messages to Jared, and Jared's tucked in this bush to where he can't see where they are coming from, and so I see him first. I'm like, okay, there's doe. Okay, here's the buck, and all of a sudden he kind of pushes his doe. Doe runs away. Jared's like, oh, is that the buck? I'm like, no, buck's still here. He's coming in. Like Buck only has to take one step for Jared to see him. Finally, he comes in and like the footage. I got slow-mo, 4K 120 frame footage with our long lens that we got right before the trip. And literally just the coolest nose down, kind of just almost like a lip curl type thing, running straight into the water. Started drinking, and right, I mean, he did exactly what he was supposed to do.
Oh yeah, and so there's 5 deer, and they were all lined up, and he was the closest one.
He knew where he needed to be to die.
Exactly.
Which is crazy.
Yeah.
It was crazy.
And where I was aiming, and in the video and stuff, it looks like the deer are all lined up in the way. But where I was aiming and where he was standing, where I was anticipating him dropping to, that arrow and my pin were nowhere near those does.
Probably a foot or two below anything else.
Yeah, and you can see the arrow as soon as it goes through the deer. Like
we actually have
3 angles.
3 angles of it.
Yeah, it's pretty epic.
Yeah.
So Chase was filming the deer from his spotter, so he had the head-on view from about 300 yards up the hill, and then Cade was on us, which was pretty awesome.
That was sick.
That was pretty sick to see.
It was fun to have everybody there watching.
Yeah,
and like all 4 of us were a part of it.
Oh yeah, it was epic.
Yeah,
there's no way I'm passing that deer.
Nah,
especially in that situation.
Oh yeah, and the whole time I'm like, okay. Typically, I watch where you shoot when I'm looking through the camera, and then I'll let you know. Okay, you made a good shot or whatever. I trusted Jared. Okay, he's gonna make a good shot, but I have to keep that stupid little deer in the middle frame of this freaking camera, because I hate when somebody shoots a deer and then all of a sudden it's like, and you can't see.
All over the place.
You can't see the blood trail of the deer. Like, you've got to follow that deer perfectly. Like that's what I envisioned. That's what I wanted to film. And that's what I freaking did. I wish he didn't die behind the cedar tree, because I would have got him just flopping right there. But I mean, you get him stumbling a little bit right before he walks behind
his last step.
Yeah, literally the last step. And
then Cade and Chase's spot and scope videos are just all over the place. And then it's on just blood. And let me tell you, how long before these things roll out? Do we drop these things pretty quick?
This will drop before that drops for sure.
Okay. So I was shooting a prototype Sever.
Epic head.
Carnage.
Oh, insane.
Dude, that blood trail and the video of the blood trail as the deer's running away, like Brax said, he nailed the footage. It's phenomenal. And you just see blood spurting out.
Dude, when he jumps like that 10-foot jump up to basically like the road or whatever, and then he lands, that blood just crazy.
Yeah. It was pretty epic. So I guess you guys will have to wait and find out what that prototype is. There's some people guessing on that post.
I don't think I saw the right one though. Did I?
Some of them have guessed right.
Really?
Mm-hmm.
I seen the other one, but
yeah,
I hadn't seen that correct.
Yeah, one. I did a collab with Sever, and then
Oh, okay, yeah, I think I know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so we'll roll that out. That thing that'll be a pretty dang popular head, especially over in the whitetail world. I think.
Oh, absolutely. Oh, dude,
those guys love those heads.
Yeah, that's gonna be just probably one of their top heads. I think
so. Yes.
I know. I have that one prototype that you gave me that I was freaking hoping I would slaughter a deer, but now I need to shoot it into something.
Is your deer season over in Tennessee?
Yeah, I think it ended the 5th, I think, unfortunately. Oh, okay. So while I was out there, it ended. But I could have shot a couple deer the other day.
But we hunted our tails off for the rest of the trip.
Dude, we did not give up.
Yeah. And we were hunting positive spirits.
Oh, for sure. What was it, 8 days?
Yeah.
Hunting 8 days straight, nonstop. I mean, and the big thing, too, is these deer were on their feet all day long. If the sun was up, they were on their feet, which created a lot of consistent action for us. We didn't have any lulls of the day.
No.
Typically, you hunt the morning and then you take the afternoon off because you can't find any bedded. And
Take a nap. I
yeah,
didn't get a nap.
I don't think we didn't take a single nap that whole trip. First time I napped is like 2:00 in the morning when we were driving home.
Yeah. Or on every time we were in the truck.
Or that too. Anytime we drove spot to spot, I tried to pass out. Oh man.
But nobody, well, I guess not nobody, but I didn't expect the amount of exhaustion and fatigue from sitting behind glass all day.
Dude, I think my eyes are still recovering.
That's pretty
Squinting like this all day
Yeah.
and then just cupping my eye and staring into my freaking spotter.
Yeah,
like
just gritting.
I remember gritting. I'd grit one thing and then I'd grit it again and there'd be a deer, or I'd grit it on the 10th time and there was finally a deer. So like the importance of gritting, but then regritting and regritting and regritting and regritting. We had 4 of us with glass on the same stupid hillside, and we would still find random deer and it'd be hours.
Those Coues deer are absolutely nuts. And then, not to mention, you're sitting there and you're watching one, and like you blink or something, and it's gone. Gone. Nowhere to be seen. Never seen again.
Literally. I mean, that was that buck that you and Cade went after. He was sprinting. Dude, literally this buck, he was rutting. You guys didn't spook him. He was rutting. Like full-on sprint. And I was watching him the whole time. And then all of a sudden I'm like, where did he go? Where he has one way to go.
Yeah, not
and
to
it's
mention
in the wide open.
We were in a spot that we should have been able to see him too.
That's true. I mean, you what, 150, 200 yards from it?
When he spooked?
Yeah.
When he
once he hit the bottom of that ravine?
We were 85 when he spooked.
And you didn't see him at all?
No. Yeah, and we had a full view of the bottom and everything.
Yeah, that deer,
Crazy.
That specific buck was a freaking ghost. He had this pocket in this bottom of these like 3 fingers that go into each other, and there was a cedar tree that this buck was there every freaking day, every day, and we'd catch a glimpse of him at the top of the tree in the morning, and then never see him again.
No, he'd disappear, and then the next day he'd be under another little tree.
It was crazy.
Yeah, those deer definitely got our attention.
Yeah, that was so much freaking fun. Those Coues are tough animals to hunt. They're smart.
Yeah.
They're fast. They're jumpy. They're tiny.
They're tiny.
They're tiny.
Yeah, I was explaining to some people out here who they didn't really know what a Coues deer was, and to those that don't know what a Coues deer is, it looks like I shot a baby, right? Like a tiny little immature mule deer, but
whitetail.
Like a good big Coues deer is like 100 inches.
Yeah, I mean it's like 190, 70-inch muley, or even probably like a regular Midwest 170-inch whitetail, 180-inch whitetail.
Yeah.
And there's just this dinky little 2-point with eye guards at what, 70 inches?
I picked it up like this.
It's like a dog. They're so freaking cool.
Yeah, they're pretty awesome deer. And then when they get like even older and they just get massy and trashy, and then they get this just little angry little face on them. Yeah, we're gonna be killing more Coues deer.
Oh, absolutely. If I can make it back out in August, December this year, I'm definitely gonna try. Supposed to go to Alaska in August, but we'll see.
Yeah, Coues deer with your best friend sounds way cooler.
Dude, way cooler than catching salmon. Come on.
That would be pretty fun, but
that'll be good.
So we got on. What day did we get on Cade's?
Big boy?
7? 6. Because we packed up as soon as that stock went to hell in a handbasket. We were
pissed. We were pissed it didn't work out.
Yeah. we were pretty bummed. That was probably one of the more legit opportunities we had the entire trip.
And that was the first time I seen Cade excited on a buck the whole trip. I mean, he was thrilled. We're all sitting glassing, and again, this is at a spot I hunted last year, and we'd glassed only mule deer, not a single freaking Coues in that area, and we glassed a crap ton of Coues this time. So the
we just got back from a stock.
Changed. Yeah. Oh, that's right. Yeah. We
Yeah.
went on a stock on a great buck. I mean, probably 90-inch buck, 85-inch buck.
Uh-huh.
Got within 100 yards, and we just, again, a little miscommunication. Just knowing how close we were, and he probably heard us. I don't think he saw us or smelled us. Wind was good.
A little hot and heavy.
Ah, yeah. We were rushing to. I mean, that was a rough terrain to try to be quiet in, though.
Oh yeah,
it was slippery.
That was like a lot of rock shale.
Yeah,
cacti,
dusty cacti.
Yeah.
But then we get back.
Not even like 20 minutes back, probably.
Yeah, if that.
Long enough to eat a peak refuel, I think.
Yeah, I ate a granola bar or something.
And Cade. So Cade had. This would be his. Was this his second or third stock?
I think second. Only second. Yeah.
Yeah. He his first stock. It took quite a while to compile the data enough to
compile the data. Cade could not make up his freaking mind to shoot a great buck.
Yeah, solid buck. Any one of us or a lot of people would have been happy with. But this one was a no-brainer. As soon as he saw it, he just started like pacing back and forth. So
big buck. Guys, there's a big buck.
Yeah.
Okay, if Cade's freaking out, it's either a joke or there's an actual big buck.
Yeah. And we're like, let's go.
Yeah.
So
and that was, I think that one did take less than 10 minutes. The first one was like a 45-minute ordeal with him trying to decide on a bedded great buck. And when he decided, he was like, okay, this is big enough that we need to have two people go. So, or three people, so two shooters. Jared's with the camera, me and Kate are with the bows, and we'll hit from two different angles, see if we can, who gets a shot. Obviously, we were kind of playing a spots it, gots it system, so Kate glassed it up, and plus I had just done a stock, like it was his turn, but I was going to be the backup shooter, and we, on that stock, like, trying to figure out where this buck was so funny because so we're glassing from, let's just say, I don't know what direction it was, north.
It was 1,700 yards away, right?
Yeah. Yep. 1,700 yards away north. And we drove the road, went back behind the hill on the south side, and then came up and over. And obviously it looks way different from behind, but after a little bit of negotiations and figuring out what the frick was going on and what hill was what rock was what tree was what, we figured out where he was. Jared knew the whole time, I guess. And
yeah, we don't have to talk about that. It's okay. I was just the camera guy.
Jared knows his maps pretty well. And the buck was working his way to our left, and so I was like, KK, I'm just going to peel off to the right. You go left, and you should run into the buck. Well, as we split, and I went right, and he went left, and we were only, 60 yards apart from each other, so, like, we could still see each other, if that, maybe 40 yards, and communicate, just hand signals and stuff. I see the buck eating in this bush at 60 yards, and I'm like, dude, he's freaking right here. Like, I don't have a shot at this point, but I can see him. So Cade is working his way in. Cade sees a doe, and he's like, don't move. He just looks over. He's like, don't move. So I'm sitting there, and I'm just frozen. And again, we're in the wide open skyline, but the sun was at our backs. And so I think that really, really helped us. Mm. And again, that buck was sitting there for a while. The doe, we just let it cool. The doe's kind of worked off. That buck went underneath this cedar tree. He's in the wide open broadside for me at 79 yards. It is a Coues. It is a small animal. It is
For like 20 minutes.
only 20 minutes. And again, this was Cade's buck, and like I'm not gonna lie, it was very, very freaking difficult to not just draw back and shoot because I could have smoked this buck. Cade wanted to see if he could get closer. His max range 65 yards, and so I sat back and just watched, and he did get within 65 yards. He did do what he wanted to do. And unfortunately, it just did not. It
didn't work out.
Not at all.
I've never seen someone hold a bow at half draw for so long. Brax he's got tension out of the string, and he is like
for 20 minutes straight.
2 seconds away from shooting.
I raised my bow up like 12 times, just ready, because like he would move. And I just keep looking at Cade, and I'm just waiting for him to give me a thumbs up. Like, Cade, you can shoot it because I can't get a shot. I just was waiting. I was like, please. And I talked to a few people, and people were like, why didn't you freaking shoot? You should have just freaking shot. Are you kidding me? It was like a 105-inch Coues, giant 3-point, 6-point with great eye guards, great mass, probably a 4 or 5 year old buck. And he got away.
He did.
And then we went after Elliot.
We did, that poor thing.
I had to blow off some steam.
We had so much frustration. There was a bedded mule deer with one antler in the wrong spot. It's a good thing the sun was just blaring in Braxen's sight housing.
I could not see a thing. But I was like, okay, if I stand up on this cliff and this buck is still there, this guy's an idiot. I'm just going to shoot. Got up on that rock, and sure enough, he went out. And, oh, my gosh.
Yeah.
I mean, it was a long shot, but that sun was just blaring through my peep and in the sight house. I could not see a freaking thing. But I could kind of see, so I still flung an arrow. Probably shouldn't have shot, but I did.
Yeah. No.
And then it was a good chuckle.
Educating him so he gets bigger.
That's right.
Yeah. We literally cliffhanger climbed a cliff on that one.
Yeah, and that was super funny. Chase got it all on film from his spotter, so it was.
Yeah.
That was quite the stop.
I don't know if Chase knew what he was getting himself into for that week.
He said he had one heck of a time. So,
yeah,
we had.
It was...
Speaking of heck of a time, should we share the truck stop situation?
I guess it's time now, right? Because it's between.
Yeah, didn't we go to the truck stop after that? No.
Okay, so what is this? What's it called? McLovin's?
Should have been after we were there.
It's just Love's.
Just Love's.
Love's truck stop. Okay, by the way, $18 a shower.
Yeah, that's normal.
They don't. That's insane.
I've never stopped at a truck stop and gotten a shower, but like I've been educated on how much showers cost.
But before that, so none of us have any sandals, and we don't have any towels.
And we're not going to a truck stop without that.
First, we go to Safeway to get some food, and they don't have anything. So we go to the Dollar General, and all they have is women's slippers.
Not even women's, like young women's slippers. They were tiny.
Yeah, they were.
I mean, you had
little hearts on them.
Okay, you can't complain. You had a black pair of like full-sized men's 10 freaking slippers, and meanwhile, I'm in a women's 6 with hearts.
At least you wore yours. Kate didn't even wear his.
That was my favorite. I was like, yeah, I should have kept my slippers, but they got soaking wet. Kid looks out, wet? I was like, yeah, I wore them in the shower. Oh.
That's why we bought them.
Dude, you get stuck with syphilis or something.
Oh, gosh.
Anyway.
And then we go to get the showers. And Brax just pays $18 for a shower, and I'm looking at him like I'm the cheap friend, in case you don't know that. And I'm like, so I start asking the lady, I was like, how big are the stalls?
Like, I'm not paying $18
Is there-
for a shower.
Is there a room next to the shower? She
goes, they are large.
Kate's sitting here looking at us like, you are not showering with Braxton.
Jared's like,
It's like, no, I was gonna wait in the room.
shower
and then
with
when
you.
There's nothing weird about it.
I didn't
I'm not
question
spending
it at all.
$18 on a shower.
I
No,
didn't question it. I was like, sure, why not?
Yeah. And then Cletus and Marge start walking out the door. And Kate's like, I don't want any part of this.
Kate is literally distancing himself. He's like, I am not a part of this. I am
So
not
uncomfortable.
included.
He was so uncomfortable.
And then the Russian guy, the truck driver, he was like, you guys showers? And Kate's like, no. They're trying to do one shower, 2 people. And he's like, the guy's like, so you need a shower? And he goes, no, we need 2 more showers because they're trying to do a shower with 2 people. He is not having this. This is not going to happen.
Yeah, he was. Yeah, no.
And then
the trucker buys my shower and Kate's shower. He has this
so
little
both of
point
you owe
thing
me
and he
$6
scans
for my $18.
I actually thought about that.
So I paid full price and they got free showers.
Yeah, it was great.
I mean,
And
still could have showered. That was a big
slippers
shower.
and Our bright towels.
Yeah,
That we didn't need to buy the towels either because
No.
they provide towels.
they did give us towels. Yeah. The slippers were pretty bomber though. They did work great.
So the more you know.
$18 includes a towel.
I think that was actually the day before Cade stock.
It was.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So after Cade stock, morale was lowish.
Oh, very low.
Yeah.
And then we went back to our trusty spot where we'd been seeing Coues every day all week, and we didn't see a single freaking deer. So we were like, pack up camp. If it got what time? What time did it get dark? 6. It was like 5:30.
At 5 o'clock, 5:30, we were like, let's pack up.
Yeah, and we packed up in like 20 minutes. And mind you, we had a crap ton of crap. We had so much stuff.
That's the beauty of a canvas cutter, though.
That is true.
Yeah, and then that canvas tent.
The canvas cutter is so nice. For people that don't know what a canvas cutter is, it's a bedroll. So basically, think of a tortilla. You got the burrito, and you are the meat and cheese, and you keep your lettuce, pico, and rice inside of the tortilla. And so, literally, you just put your blankets, your pillows, your pad, your sleeping bag, whatever it is, and you just roll it up all in one, and you don't have to make your bed.
Yep.
You don't have
Buckle
to.
it and it's
I mean, it is large.
waterproof. They're windproof.
Seriously, the best. I questioned if I would like it, and I absolutely freaking love mine.
Yeah, it's pretty sweet.
Yeah.
So we're partnered with them individually. They have not partnered with this podcast they don't know about yet.
That's true. So right now, just use code Hacks and check out.
That's fine. Haxon's unemployed right now, so
that's fair. Give me a little short, small commission, please.
So we packed everything up and drove a lot further to another camp than I expected.
Yeah, we did.
It was a nice camp.
Yeah, it was nice. We drove.
This is just an hour and a half away from our hunting spot.
We should have camped basically on that knoll that we glassed from, like right at the base of that.
Yeah. Well, now that we know about that spot, but we went somewhere else first.
Oh yeah, that's true.
And you don't want to be camping around there.
No.
It's like the hills have eyes.
Yes, Lots of eyes. You don't go there. It has to be daylight.
Yeah.
We were like driving through this part. We're like, where are we? And we're just following Chase, and we're like, this is gonna get interesting. And
yeah,
it was. We didn't see any deer. It was interesting.
no, we didn't, except for in the nature preserve.
Yeah,
They were just standing all over the side of the road.
they were.
But no, had some awesome people on social media and stuff send us some pins and ideas to check out some new areas. So we picked one of those pins and went there and spotted a really good buck.
We were glassing for 5 minutes.
Yeah.
And a 170-inch 3x4 muley jumped out.
Beautiful buck. My gosh.
His fronts were gigantic. Dude.
Yeah. Yeah. Like
biggest front forks.
Live. They're like,
yeah.
nah.
They were so big.
Yeah.
I thought, I mean, he's got good fronts, but dude, that buck's fronts were the beam and the G3 on that.
Yeah. Yeah.
Like that was that buck's fronts.
They're massive.
That was a stud. And we got within 70 yards that day.
We did. One little tree.
One branch, guys, was blocking this buck, and he was rutting so hard. He mounted that doe like 3 or 4 times. We were just sitting watching this whole thing 70 yards away.
In the wide open.
In the wide open. In the literal wide open. There was one stupid tree in the way for a clear shot. Dude, if he would have just freaking rutted her towards us, dead buck.
Oh, yeah. He had to go 10 yards to hit, like, to our right, and it would have been a clear shot, like 50, 60 yards.
Dude, if he would have kept pushing her the way that they were going when we first saw him, and we were just sitting behind that tree and he would have come back out, it would have been under 20. That
would have been sweet. But that stock, that was a difficult stock because of the wind.
That's true.
I've been in some swirly thermals before, per se, but you toot on your little smoker and dude, it's like down, up, left, right, sideways. Like every time you blow on the stinking smoke in a bottle, it's a different direction the entire time. So we didn't really feel comfortable getting,
because we could, if we had a consistent wind, we would have literally been on top of him, probably under 40 yards of him bedded. If we had a consistent wind, we would have no doubt made that happen.
100%.
And with how crappy that wind was, we didn't dare get closer, so we sat back at like 80, 90 yards.
Oh, yeah, we even backed up. And just like,
that's true, we did back up.
Sat down and laid down a little bit.
Your mic is buzzing again. Can you not hear it?
Is that better? No, I can't hear it.
No, it's buzzing crazy. Oh, there you go.
It's saying it's past 2 hours past your bedtime, Jared.
This is true. We're almost to an hour-long podcast, so we got 7 minutes to wrap up.
Okay.
We'll keep it at an hour. That's probably solid.
Yeah, that's fine. We're almost done with
People don't want to listen to us for that long, you know?
No, they're probably going to lose interest in like 6 minutes.
Well, if you're still up to the listening point here, ladies and gentlemen, thank you so much.
Yeah, we appreciate it. Well, I guess we'll talk quick then. After that stock, and he just rutted the doe off too.
Oh yeah, he didn't straight away from us, like pretty quick though. He ran away rutting that doe. But then we that evening got up on a knoll and glassed up an even bigger buck.
Oh yeah, that was
big
rutting even harder.
Freaking 4-point rutting so hard.
Yeah, solid 70s, low 80s buck.
Yeah, that was a big buck.
At least. I'm not a good
guesser. I bet you he's 180, pushing 185.
180, yeah. Pushing. Yeah, probably. He was like great, something we've been looking for the entire 9 days, and this is day 8.
Yeah.
Right?
Yep.
So.
And unfortunately, we couldn't.
Not even an hour before dark.
Yeah, it was like maybe 30 minutes.
Yeah,
Sun was
but
setting.
again, like he didn't even give us a chance to make a play because he covered like 250 yards like instantly.
Yeah, he was running everywhere. He was running that
So
doe so hard. I mean, you could have got lucky and just sat in the path where he ends up running past you. But with it being the next day, being the last day, we didn't want to go push him out. So the next day, unfortunately, turned out to be about 75-mile-an-hour winds. It snowed. It fogged. It freaking sucked.
horrible hunting weather for the last day.
Awful hunting weather. We did end up seeing that buck again, though. Well, we didn't, but Caden and Chase did.
Yeah.
And we got into position. Supposedly, we were probably close to him and had no idea.
Yeah. Yeah, it's crazy once you get down there with all that. I don't know if that's an old burn or not, or if that's just a bunch of dead.
I think it's just a bunch
junipers.
of not dead, but I just think I think it was all mesquite.
Mesquite.
Yeah, and I think it dies off in the winter. I think
it's actually pretty hard to see through there when you're down there.
Yeah, so and there's so many different cuts. He could be in any cut that.
Yeah,
you're not going to see him, but you could literally be 100 yards from him and have no idea.
But then we had to cut the trip short by a half a day.
Yeah, as soon as that came in, I got a frantic call from my wife saying, "Hey, it's about to snow in Nashville." And supposedly when it snows in Nashville, everything shuts down in Nashville, which I now understand that people are crazy when it comes to snow here. And I got the last flight into Nashville airport that night on Thursday. And I was supposed to go back Friday, and I went a day early on Thursday.
Yeah, this call was Wednesday at like 3 p.m.
And we were 10, 12 hours from the airport, and
an hour and a half from camp.
Hour and a half from camp, and had to pack camp up. We made it to my parents' house at what, 3:30, 4 o'clock?
Yeah, 3:30.
3:30
in the morning. Yeah.
And Jared didn't sleep because the fire alarm was going off.
Yeah, that's my own burden. I can't sleep with any noise.
Dude, you should have came upstairs and slept on the couch.
I know. It was a 2-hour, 3-hour nap that we got, and then we buzzed all the way home.
Did you guys have a smooth drive home? I didn't even ask.
Yeah. Yeah, we just had a really gnarly headwind, so we used like twice as much fuel.
I think we had a pretty good tailwind flying, so
yeah,
it was pushing the plane.
Yeah, you made it before the storm. That's good.
Oh, dude, literally right before the storm. And it did snow about 6-8 inches out here, and it did shut down the airport. It did shut down the roads.
Yeah.
And even when the roads were melted and dry, people were still afraid to drive on the roads, and school was shut down. The roads were bone dry, and they still shut school down because there was snow on the grass or something. I don't know.
Oh my gosh.
It was pretty funny.
Yeah. So, yeah, it sucks to leave a hunt early, but family's number one. So, we're glad you made it home safely.
I appreciate you guys letting me get home. But, dude, that was one heck of a trip.
It was amazing. So, definitely some unfinished business there, huh?
Yeah, I think we got to make a trip back. We'll see if we can make it happen this year. If not, we'll get 2026 tags and we'll hit it again.
Yeah. Yeah, if they don't sell out. But that
hunt's really hard to get tags. Like, you have to put in, so like don't even look at the Arizona tags. It was about $7,500 a tag, and
yeah, you can buy a javelina tag though. So
yeah,
put in for those. It'll definitely be an annual thing if we can get a tag every time, because that was an awesome experience, and we barely scratched the surface.
Yeah, dude, we have so much more land we need to go cover.
Yeah,
or uncover.
Yes,
uncovered.
That's what you did there. Truck stop.
that's a wrap on this episode.
Yeah.
Now, guys, thanks so much for tuning in. I really appreciate you guys' support. The Bow Nerds brand is coming back. We are going to be full force. Minimum, I think we're going to do at least one episode a week, if not possibly more. We're going to do both of us, if not one of us with a guest, or even just solo episodes. I think right before this, I actually recorded a solo episode. One, to just practice and talk to the computer again, and two, I post it. We'll see. I can't even remember what I talked about.
Post it. Send it.
So, yeah. If you guys haven't already, hit the subscribe button to our channel or whatever this is, podcast. We'll leave a comment down below. And
share our ridiculous stories with your friends.
Yeah. Now leave a review. Good or bad, reviews or review. Hopefully it's a
We'll figure this all out eventually, guys. Just we appreciate the support, and don't give up on us.
Try it. Today was a good story day, and next time might be a nerd out day on some tech tips.
Oh yeah. Yep. How to operate some sites, or
we'll have to cover some of the dial archery sites. The new proof. It's pretty sick. Actually,
I got to switch out my housing, so maybe we'll do a video on that.
Yeah.
Oh, there it is.
I love her. Anyway, that's a wrap for today, guys. Appreciate everybody tuning in. We'll catch you on the next one.